mighty power, rushing plays and scores retold. In this podcast the game unfolds, every try and tackle shared, legends of the field, none compared. Echoes of cheers, the crowd gets loud. In this audio space we feel so proud. Pass the word, let the speakers blast, rugby tales from the present and past. Through the airwaves our spirits cast, in this rugby love forever vast.
First and foremost, welcome everybody. I'm here finally. Missed 2 weeks. I am here.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Where were you?
Yes, zonnekrag en toe siek.
Welcome back. Are you better?
No. So if I cough during it, sorry, my apologies. I'm still a little bit sick, so apologize for that in advance. Hallo Johan, hallo Elias.
Plant. Gaan het allemaal?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's fine. I want to start with something I never thought I would say, but the Bulls got robbed. What do you guys think?
Yeah, there was, I think that one try was the try, and they said there was another one. So I'm not sure about that one, but the one try, they show it was on the line. But the line belongs to the umpire, isn't it?
Yeah.
The part of the ball must be over the line. And they said the ball was on the line. Nothing over the line.
Yeah, but on the line is fine.
That's not the try. So it's not the try.
It should be a try if it's. I mean, I suppose depending on the line, right? So it's like, for example, if you're going and your foot touches the touch line, it's out. Sure. If you dot the ball down and part of the ball touches a blade of grass on the try line, that's a try.
No, on the other side, not on this side. And what I saw, it was on the line, not on the other side in the 22, or what you call it, the guarding area. I didn't saw that the ball was on that side. Yeah, but they said 2 tries, so that is what, 14? Still, they wouldn't win. It will still be a lose, but not that big. It will be like in 36-21.
Yeah.
No, but Pieter, they got robbed because of their own play. That was not the Bulls team that played the semis against Glasgow. That was not the Bulls team that played against us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You know what was very bad for me? The Bulls backline. I was so disappointed in them. They were bad.
I think they played the wrong game. I get the feeling they went there with the wrong right team, but the mindset and what was not right. And I was surprised. Pompey couldn't do anything at all. Nothing. Very Rue was. At the point I was asking someone, is he playing? I didn't hear nothing from him. Also, maybe they just called him quiet.
Even
Didn't give the
The strange one for me is that it's now essentially 3 South African teams in a row that have kind of saved their worst game for playing Leinster. And I do wonder, do we give Ackerman the same flack that we gave Cash about, where was the Bulls' plan B? Right? Because the Bulls, you'd expect, especially where, they could even just default to what they previously did under Jake if they needed to. So you'd expect some adaptability, but yeah, I wasn't quite seeing it. I will say though, the 2 tries that they got disallowed, you feel like there's enough time that that can change the complexion of a game. But yeah, still though, you would think a team that has really put some very good performances on this season would have done better. Especially because they've won games away. So you'd expect that they would do better in the final like that.
And how good was Prendergast this season for them? When Sexton said he's out, he's not going to play Test rugby anymore. I thought, Ireland doesn't have any other. They do not have, like Wales had Bigger. They do not have anybody else. But that Sam Prendergast, that guy's going to go far. And he's still very young, so they have one back.
You see, for me, at the end of the day, you look at the players, their whole attitude. There was a few players, and I actually spoke about it today. The guys that's leaving, okay, that's the oaks that actually caused problems with the Bulls with Jack White. There's 4 of them, and you can see the demeanor when they went on the field. They didn't care. There was no. Let's go and play these guys. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, if you've got 3 or 4 oaks that's gonna not show up properly, then you're gonna have problems. Then the atmosphere of the whole team is gonna drop. So I think at the end of the day, and those tries, they were tries. I'm sorry about it. I could complain and say it wasn't. It was tries. That wasn't a forward pass. The Oaks actually went through it again, and they actually even the commentator said that's a little bit harsh. And I think I agree with those guys. But I can tell you now one thing: this game was rigged for Leinster to win. There's no way about it. To give the coach his last winning streak or whatever, he didn't have a winning streak, but anyway. But just to give him a game to say, right, it's your last game, you won it, you won the URC, now you can go. Because this whole game was rigged. I'm sorry.
But Leo Cullen's only leaving end of next season, not this season, though.
Well, there is talks that he may leave earlier. And there is talks that what's name might stay. He's not going to come back to South Africa yet. Remember, Rassie said he must come and join him if he comes back. I don't think he's going to come back yet.
With that said, do you guys feel that there's something wrong with South African teams? In Currie Cup, we can win because we play each other. But as Springboks, we can win World Cups. We can win Championship Cups. But when it comes, those days of Super Rugby, how many finals did we play? How many did we win? Any South African team. Now, the same thing with the URC. Does it mean now because we had the first URC 2 South African teams against each other, that's why we won? Because the Bulls surely 4 times in a row, and you can't get that silver. The Lions, the Stormers falling apart in playoffs. Is it something that we struggle with when we're not Springboks? Or are you guys happy with that? That we cannot, it's like we're chokers when it comes to finals of club rugby.
Yeah, I agree, Neil. You know what? You can see the players. Take, for instance, some of the Bull stars. When they play for the Bulls, they don't perform. But put Springbok jerseys on, they're on another level. So I don't know what's wrong. Kenyan.
Yeah, for me, I think, obviously we don't have the foreign-based players like we've spoken about previously. We don't have like the Japanese players, the European players, like a Marx and all those guys in the South African teams. But yet again, I mean, they had 17 Springboks in that setup, and they got
Yeah.
hammered. Still, 12 of them have been chosen. They've got the most Springboks now in the box setup that's been chosen in the newest team. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, look, I think at the
Confident
end of the day, I think Muya, you also said it a while back that, like Elias said now, that when the guys play, they when they wear the box jersey, they play for us.
uh-huh.
But I think on the end of the day, that's what I said. You know, these guys need to go the same way as what New Zealand goes. They get a small salary, and if they win, they get a bonus. They get a big bonus check. I think that's the way the unions need to look at this and say, right, boys, this is how we're going to do it. This is your salary. If you win a game, then you get a bonus. If you don't, you don't get a bonus. And I think on the end of the day, the guys must look at that. And I think then they're actually going to stop playing. Remember, it's money out of their pocket.
I
And
think the
they need to play. Yeah.
tricky one with that though is, for example, where you get like if all the teams had the same money, it could work. It could work better. But my worry with that is, say for example what the Sharks have tried to do, where they bought how many Springboks in, etc., etc. If they're winning more, well, you'll get people leaving and saying exactly what Khaleesi said, exactly what Errol van der Merwe said, and others have said. Oh no, I feel like this is my best chance at winning championships. So, if you see, oh, this is a team that's winning, yeah, of course you're going to sign with them because you're going to make more money because more bonuses. Rather than, it might unite teams to do better, but it might also just get people jumping ship left, right, and center to whichever team is winning at the time because, like, oh, yeah, they're winning. I'll make more money there. Let me go.
Okay, but now at the end of the day, that team's got so many players. They're not going to take the players. They're not going to pay for guys to sit on the field. I know there's already a problem with the Sharks. They've got too many players, and he said he's not buying any. He bought a few now just to test the waters. But I can tell you now, the Sharks are not going to buy any more players. I think they're done for the season. And maybe the Bulls, maybe Stormers. Yeah, it's going to be difficult because they're also in a spot where they don't have money. So,
But now,
I don't know.
So then, question would be, why not then just go overseas? Because then overseas teams will probably not have the same, and you're like, oh, okay, I would be making more money anyway, and there's still a chance that Russie will pick me if I'm playing overseas, so I'm not sticking around. Like, why play for a South African team would be a big thing for some players, where it's like, even, for example, where they're at, the Sharks or Bulls or somewhere where they're making more money anyway, it would be like, I'll just go elsewhere with a better exchange rate.
Especially your experienced players. Because your youngsters will have some loyalty. Your 22 years, your 23-year-olds, they will have a bit of loyalty because they have a lot of rugby to play for. But once you turn 30, 31, you need that money because that's your retirement fund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to say, Neels, with regard to the game, and obviously I don't watch a live game of the Bulls. It's just my thing. I refuse to. But I did record the game, obviously because they lost. So I looked at everything. And Poppy is very good at Loftus, but he struggles as soon as he has to play overseas. He cannot do box kicks. And if he can't do his box kicks, Pollard has never been a good player when he's on the back foot. And we've all, I mean, most fly-offs are like that. They need the.
Yeah, that's true, Julie.
The dice, I think, as well is if you're, if on the end of the days, if you don't, Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if the forwards can't do their job, then your number 9 is going to battle. I think that also makes a big difference. And I'm actually, this box kicks is starting to become just a norm now, because where they're kicking to on the end of the day, if you don't have guys to chase that ball and catch the ball, it's a waste. I'd rather keep the ball in hand and rather do 40 phases before you kick that ball away. And I saw it with us as well. We kick balls away and we can't catch them. So for me, so on the end of the day, I agree, Pieter. I think on the end of the day, he's good at Loftus. It's his home ground. But like Neil says, maybe we're not good enough to actually play in that level. Maybe we actually can only play Currie Cup. And look, I won't say we are. If you look at Super Rugby, we didn't do bad there. But yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe the Northern Hemisphere is out of our depth. I don't know. Maybe we're out of our depth to play against them. Maybe we're not good enough. I don't know.
I think we're good
think
enough, but we just have to break that curse of not winning a final.
exactly. Because really, what's nice is that there's been a South African team in every final. You know, mind you, most of that has been the Bulls, but the good thing is we've been competitive. And you remember how we started in URC, and South African teams were written off like from the get-go. I do want to say it's likely still some adjusting that needs to be done. Just like how, in that first season, Stormers and Bulls managed to get past teams who, much as they had quality, probably were feeling a bit overconfident. From there, it's that way, like, the teams have also figured out what we're doing. And so we need to adapt to, like, we figured out what they're doing, but can we counter it? They're trying to do the same, and they ask themselves the same question. So I think we're... Mm-hmm.
So why don't we get some coaches from overseas, Europe and so on, bring them to South Africa, make them part of the Slimhooks do it. So why can't we do it? The provinces. Get the coach and say, I'll bring you here. He knows their way of playing. And we know how well we're playing. And I think if we can do that, look at Leinster, they got New Harbour there. They take players, say, okay, we're going to play South Africa team, so we must have a South African coach or whatever to bring here. He was so, okay, we like to do this and this and this and this. And then we can counter on that. Why South African teams doesn't do that? Get overseas coaches to come here, even players. Now, I think the money is not the problem. I don't think the money is the problem. South Africa. I just think they didn't use it right on the right players or right coaches and whatnot. I think that's just the whole thing.
I mean, it could be, but I am also thinking, it's a strange one because, for example, Ireland bringing in foreign players and even a foreign coach. Ireland's not that big of a country population-wise. Also, like, even the number of people playing rugby and being involved in rugby. And chances are you will still get people who will raise the question of, like, okay, but it helps Leinster, for example, but does it help the country? So even with South African teams, it would be a case of, okay, so you're going to shell out how much money to bring in a foreign coach? Or, we have how many players? How many players? So, like, part of me wants to say this. Say, for example, we had money enough to bring in Henry Pollock. And we brought him in, and now suddenly JC, Renzo, Mahashe, all our sixes are getting less game time because we're like, you know what, Henry Pollock is a good bet here. That likely wouldn't sit well with people, even though it makes sense to bring in, if you know there's someone who's going to produce a lot for you, makes sense to bring them in, even though it'll cost a lot of money. But if that means now sacrificing your local talent, that's a tightrope you have to walk. National coaches, you could argue the same, but I think Rusty's kind of like, you know what? Listen, these are the guys I'm picking. I will get the job done. It's in the national interest. And you can make that argument, especially because players from all the different unions are working with this international coach. Where it's within one union, I think it could cause a lot of problems. That said, maybe we should bring in guys as consultants.
Look, on the end of the day, for me is, I don't mind to lose one or two, say 3 games at least. But to almost lose your whole season, we actually spoke about it as well. I think a lot of people, if they had money, they would have go watch the Lions play, because I think it's, a lot of folks that really enjoy rugby will go out and watch it. But I spoke to a guy the other day, and it's the same with the Stormers. If you actually look at the state when they lose more games than they're winning. And you must remember now, Muya, you stay this side as well. The Colours are very passionate. Okay, they're a very passionate nation. And this oak said to me, they're not going to support it. They're not going to go to the stadium. Because they're not paying to watch the Stormers lose all the time. And I think the same. I think the same with us. Look, if you look at the box this weekend as well, I thought there'd be more people. But that's another thing. That's tickets. I saw the Oaks were complaining about ticket prices. But for me, on the end of the day, is you're not going to watch a game, your team lose, and pay money to watch a team lose all the time. I get frustrated. So
true, but we had a great home record though this season.
Yeah. Look, 6 games, Moya.
Yeah,
that's but that's what I'm saying is, look, at the end of the day, for me is, look, I don't mind. Look, the Lions not doing anything for me. I just, I played for them. I played for Transvaal. I'm a supporter, so if they lose, it's not so lacquer, but it's not like they're doing something for me. They're not bringing money to my pocket. I said how many times? Said to Pieter as well. But for me, at the end of the day, is you have to have a little backbone and say, right, listen, we need to look at I similarly agree with Pieter. We need to look at, say, all right, and with you as well, let's bring some Oaks in as consultants to give us an idea of how these guys' minds work. Because you're going to need it. I think now Ackerman also saw that it's not Japan rugby. It's a total different game that is playing here. And you'll probably see, going to get somebody in next, for this season coming, to consult. Because, I don't think, look, I don't know. Look, I agree with the player thing. Maybe bring 1 or 2 good players in from overseas. You got a lot of players you can get from New Zealand. Look, they're doing it. They've got a few Maoris playing for them, Leinster. They've got, I think, 1 or 2 playing for them. Maybe we must look at that. Even if you just play them as impact players on the end of the day. I don't know.
Yeah, to think about, ne? Then coming to the Zimbabwean game. I only watched the last 20 minutes because I was at work. But what an entertaining game. Zimbabwe just gave everything. It was quite relaxed to see that African rugby is actually on the up. Because I thought this is going to be a smashing, a thrashing. And kudos to them. They held us up. and they were in the game, not with the score, but the way they played. And the only thing that disappointed me there was the loose trio. I thought, yo, those loose trio of us, there's going to be all of them are turnover magnificent players. With Mahashek coming on as well, is going to be the fourth one, and Vincent on lock. You also have that potential. I was more expecting of the loose trio there than what I saw, but there's nothing to read into it. It's youngsters that got game time. Like I said earlier, for me, I just enjoyed the game, and kudos to Zimbabwe. They were actually good.
Mm.
No, they actually played very well, I have to say. For a country that, like the coach said, they only get together every 9 months to do this, to play internationally. I have to say they did quite well. For a team that actually don't play much of rugby, I have to say I'll take my hats off for them. They're actually very, they actually, if you look at the score and you look at the game, it doesn't weigh out. I think they played phenomenally. For a team that only plays to get together every 9 months, I agree with Neels there. Take my hat off for them.
Yeah, Neils, I also agree with you, and I said it last week. You weren't on, but I also said, the better the African teams do, it can actually feed our schemes. Our provincial teams also later on with depth. I mean, that's what the New Zealand are doing. With the island teams there around them. So for me, if Zimbabwe starts going, because
Jy het uitgesny daar, Elias.
Yeah,
Elias.
he's gone. And this,
No, I blame
Maybe it will be a good option. You guys remember we had what was it? Velvetias from Namibia playing Curry Cup. Maybe that would be a good thing. Bring 1 or 2 Zimbabwean teams in Velvetias again. Make the first division a bit bigger with them playing here. That's going to be more game time for them as well. I don't know if Kenya has a 15. Do they have a 15 team? I know they have a 7
yes,
team. Yeah.
they have a 15. Namibia have a 15. Yeah. I was sitting the other day talking to someone also in Station Joburg, the guy, and I said to him also, I see years back, yes. You have 15, 16 teams in the Currie Cup. Play one around, and there was also SVD. Why they do that again? Bring everyone into the Currie Cup. So we make it a one around and the top what going through. I think that is also going to give these guys that opportunity to do good because they're going to be in Currie Cup, they're going to play us and what. And you may have 1 or 2 players that are good in that, and you can pull them together and say, we want to use you in the URC or whatever we were in. I want to use you, and they will fall for that. And I think that is also going to help them to get more matches, more games, and I don't know what you guys think about that one.
Something like that could work. I was thinking the Toyota Challenge. It's great that SA teams are working with, what was it, a team from Romania, team from Georgia, team from was it Spain or Portugal? Yeah, and it's like that's all well and good, but we have neighboring countries who could benefit from participation in the Toyota Challenge as well. So
also in. Yeah. Maybe bring Zimbabwe in and somebody else. Bring another field, make it 9.
Yeah. I think something like that could work. And also maybe what you do is you can even make it a thing where, say, the third team qualifies by, like, let's say you have Kenya, Uganda, and Madagascar or something. Pick a country. Those 3 teams play and say, okay, cool, winner of that tournament qualifiers for the Toyota Challenge. It's a good way of getting teams, especially if those teams play against each other anyway. It's a good way of, one, getting them more rugby, but also, two, adding stakes to the rugby that they play, so that now, the motivation's higher as well, where some of their players, for example, who are based in other countries, will be like, actually, yeah, I'm gonna play for my country in this tournament, because then there's more national duty I can do as well.
But I hear also now they say that the Toyota Challenge is not stopping here. Later this year, or I think October, November, or somewhere around there, that free South Africa teams going overseas to Portugal. Even and they carry on there. And then after all that, then they say, okay, this was to win the number 1, number 2, number 3. What they going against points? How many points you get and what. That's what Griquas win here. They got the most points in South Africa. 3 games or 3 that they're playing. Now they go into that, and that's good. To get some of those players that doing well come to South Africa and play here in the Currie Cup or the Toyota Challenge or whatever, or start another thing and bring players in. Even like African teams and so on. There's a lot of good players, but they don't get the opportunity to show what we can do, because there's not that much time for rugby for them. No one wants to play against them. And I think that is going to make South Africa even stronger. Maybe we could get a player or 2 or 3 that's good, that can go try for the Springboks, and you understand?
Yeah.
Then, no, Muya, continue.
No, I'm good.
I wanted to say we reached the halfway mark, so and we haven't discussed the big game against the Barbarians yet. My 2 cents on this, I will get into depth later, but my 2 cents out of it is not really a pretty game for me. Very high scoring game from the box side. Some of those tries were just plain easy for us. They don't have the team that defensively play together for 2 seasons or whatever. We know the Barbarians, they get flung together and say, listen, go play a match. Just enjoy it. That's what it's all about. The only one little thing that's worrying me is that how did we let them get 31 points? But that's not a
There
face
was no
match.
defense.
And direct, when every time they win for us directly, made a line straight. They went through.
Yeah, and that's
good.
Yeah, that's something to fix before England. Look, I will say, looking at how those tries were scored as well, it's on the one hand, it seems like there were lapses, particularly like those 2 quick tries they scored close to the end of the first half. It just seemed like suddenly the box had switched off. But it is a worry where, it's that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, sort of thing, where how did they basically do the same thing a couple of minutes later and still manage to score? You'd think the box would adapt a lot quicker than that. But, at the same time, it's difficult to read too much into the game. Particularly because, it was also like there's some new personnel. There's, even in terms of where people would be standing or what they were doing. Like, it was great seeing Kieran Horn get a bit of a run at 10. But if you notice the first few minutes, he pretty much was more 12 than 10. Because the ball would be passed to a forward, and then... like after a couple of phases of that, then it gets passed to him, or he'd be second receiver rather than first receiver anyway. And so it's like, okay, but he was a 10 that wasn't a 10.
Yeah, I think he started off, jittery at the start, but I think he passed the test at 10, And I think that's what Russia wanted to.
Yeah, I don't blame them for being jittery because, I mean, it's a thing where it's like, oh, you basically have not really played 10 for your union, and suddenly it's like, hey, listen, play 10 for your country. Good luck.
I think that was the best debut for a new 10 since France Stein.
Yeah.
He absolutely nailed it. He did fantastically well for me. I was wondering who's going to kick. And then Kobe. Yeah, how many? He missed 3 out of 11, or how many?
It was 12 tries altogether, I think. So, but yeah, I can't remember how many he missed.
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah,
I think he missed 3. Yeah, but still, if you have an option like that, then Coin doesn't need to kick for both. You have Grant Williams there. You have a couple of guys. If you play Faf can also go for goal. So that was a safe option for him. That was not taken onto him and said, "Listen, you have to go for goal as well. You distribute the ball, you play for territory. That's the only thing you have to do." I think maybe later on, when Rassi picks him again, we will see maybe him 1 or 2 kick for post, and if he does miss, then you have a Kobe, you have a Grant Williams, you have a this, you have a that.
They said the whole thing was, according to Rassi and Brown and what, they said it come for a long time. Maybe they see last year, 2 years, they've been watching him. They see what impressed them. He's the fullback for the Lions, but he's always kicking off because of the way he kicks. That ball hangs and gives the players the opportunity to get to the ball. And then they were like, let's try this guy, let's try him, not as a fullback, but at the fly off and see, because the way he's kicking, he doesn't kick the ball away, so the people must chase and everything. The ball is so much airtime. That's why they pick him, and I was surprised the way his foot movement and everything. Even the commentator, he was saying, wow, this guy is impressing me a lot for playing in a position you're not used to. And he said, wow. I hope they're going to use him more on situations like that, because he can become a very good and assistant player. I hope the Lions see this and maybe tell let's put him back or bring him in some matches and see what he can do at playoff. Not that Christmas is bad, but yeah, we know what you can do. If you get the opportunity, you can break. You show you can. If you give that opportunity to say, I want to play you a game, full game, and show me what you can do. Even in the Curry Cup, small matches, show me what you can do and fly off. If you can impress me there, I might use you at if it's not weak, you can always put him back at the fullback.
Yeah. Problem is, I don't think we can or should use him in Curry Cup, especially because 1, he played literally every URC game. 2, he's still with the box now, which is a good thing. But it does mean, if, let's say, we use him for the Nations Cup and the greatest rugby rivalry thing, he's going to need to rest. We can't then be like, oh, as soon as you're available, we're playing you again. Like, we do need to give him a bit of recovery time.
No, I agree with you there, Muya. He needs to rest because he's one of our best players for the Lions at this stage.
Yeah.
On the end of the day, I think I agree with you. They need to rest him. If he doesn't play,
I've like 10, 12 players from the URC in the beginning.
I don't think he's going to play. Well, he won't play against England. He's not there. But I think on the end of the day, I think if they don't play him in next games, then let the guy rest, because he's going to play against New Zealand. I can guarantee that if he's not playing with the box, he's going to play against New Zealand. I say after that, let the guy rest till September. Just to come back to the box, Neels, as well, what you said. Yeah, look, for me, on the end of the day, is you can't read anything. Well, that's for me, but I can't read anything at this stage against the Barbarians. I think maybe against England, yes. But I think your biggest thing is going to be New Zealand to see where we are right. Because remember, we're playing them. If we get a playoff in the World Cup, it's going to be against them on our stage, and you're going to know where you stand with. And for me, is I watched the Hurricanes against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And that was I can tell you now, half of those players are going to be in the New Zealand team. I can tell you now. They've got a lot of youngsters, and I can tell you now, these guys are putting up there. And it's not like the Chiefs played badly. It's just these guys knew precisely when to pass the ball and where to. They actually saw where the gaps were before the gaps were made. So yeah, I think New Zealand's going to have a good team on their hands. I think to be honest, not I'm saying Russia's bad, but I think Russia's going to get a surprise with New Zealand coming.
It's a group of New Zealand. There's some interesting names that was left out of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think New Zealand's going to come, and I think that's where you're going to see where your depth is with your players. England, maybe. I'm not going to read much in England. They've got a problem at the moment. They need to get another coach. That guy's not up to par, and it's going to show. So I'm not going to say England's bad, but I think where you're going to actually see where our depth lies is against New Zealand.
I agree.
Yeah. New Zealand, speaking of New Zealand, I'm so glad eventually they said Ardie Zavaya is going to be the coach now. Excuse me. Because Barrett's time was over a long time ago. And they should have stuck with Ardie and just kept him captain and kept him captain and kept him captain. So thank God he's captain again.
Yeah, look on the end of the day, it's good to have rivals. It's good to because then it keeps you on your toes. For me, the biggest thing is as well. I think, to be honest, I think Ireland's got the same problems we got. I think that they should just reversed. If they've got club games like Leinster and those guys, for me, that's also going to see how they're going to do as well. But yeah, look, I don't know. I think if they don't take, for me, for Ireland, I'll take the Leinster's coach. To be honest, give himself to actually coach the Ireland team. I think they'll do wonders, though. I think they'll do wonders. But yeah, that's my 5% of the box.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. You've got a bloody fast internet, or supposed to have a fast Wi-Fi, and it still throttles. Anyhow, about Quinn Horn, I just wanted to say just now. I think Russia is going to use him as a versatile utility back because
Yeah.
Gone again. Took off.
I just say
say again, sorry.
You disappeared, Elias. You didn't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with this internet. Let me just clock off quickly, and I'll just hook on quickly again.
Okay.
How freak accident was that one of Colby, hey? Took off the scrum, pet, and then coop into the camera.
Yeah. Oh, that really got me because it's just like, guys, how?
Yeah, that was stupid from the camera guy. He was just stupid. I saw they actually gave him. He got a good talking. He actually got the camera guy. Because he showed a clip where he actually ran into the camera, and I couldn't see it was the guy with the box, but he actually gave that a good talking to him. Listen, you need to stay on the line. Not go into the field. You're not a rugby player.
Yeah.
You can hurt yourself, eh?
Oh, exactly. And also, like
cameras is
now,
heavy.
yeah, and now imagine if Kobe had been injured and had to go off because of that. It's just like, dude, but why?
Stitches and stuff like that.
Yeah, like especially where a lot of people are saying online, joking, but it still makes sense. Cameras have a zoom function. Why are you wanting to run after the ball? What? Yeah, just zoom in and it's fine.
He just wanted to prove he's not the only one, the Barbarian player that bumped Kobe off. He was just wanted to show that he can also, because he didn't move an inch with that camera.
Yeah, no, exactly. He stuck to his line.
But if it was normal height person, nothing would happen. But unfortunately, Kobe was a bit downwards, so he got the bad end of it.
Short and stocky. But yeah.
Elias, is jy terug?
Yeah, sorry, but I mean, by the time I'm speaking, with this bloody bad internet of mine, so I don't know. I'm just listening tonight. I really don't know what's wrong with the Wi-Fi. So sorry about that.
You take your 4 minutes off and talk to us.
No, okay. So I just wanted to say about Quinton just now. I don't know if you guys heard it. He was a centre at school, so I think they're going to keep him as a centre, utility back, fly off, a fullback. I think that's Russ's idea. And I also don't think that he's going to play for the Currie Cup because I think that he's going to be the box setup. But one thing I did want to say about the Barbarian game is Riley Norton. I think he had an excellent game. So why didn't he play? Why didn't he play more often? But now he.
Going again. Same. Because it's 40 seconds.
With Elias mentioning him, with the under 20s, he got gold with the Springboks. With the cricket,
also,
yeah, he got with the cricket as well. So imagine he's in a World Cup this next year, and he gets gold as well. I think that would be the first player that would have two cups separate sport.
Good God.
Yeah, that would be amazing. And I will say, like credit to him for putting his hand up, and that's how you play yourself into contention. I will say, it feels bad because I would say both him and Vusi Moyo would definitely add to the under 20 cause. But I suppose, look, it's in the national interest. You serve the senior team first and foremost. But also the hope is that, especially after as many baby Boks got experience at a higher level now, they'll really be in good form for for the under 20 World Cup.
One guy that really surprised me. It's not a guy that I normally like. Not because he's bad, but I don't like the guy really. Jasper Wiese. What a game did he have? Good grief. I think Ivan Roos is gonna have to try very hard to get that jersey with that performance he had. We can say against the Barbarians, but still,
Ivan Roos, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Let's face it, he's strong and what, but he's too arrogant. I think that's going to be his downfall. To be honest, you think of him too much and you can't do that. You must be humbled. Otherwise, you're going to struggle. I think that's just one way. I think that's just the you didn't have anyone because the Bulls was playing the day before. So you didn't have anyone. Okay, there is other ones. Okay, let's choose him to come and let me see. Now, he's too arrogant in the first place for me. Yeah.
I agree.
He's not going to make it big. Maybe without Rasi there, yes. But with Rasi there, I don't think he's going to go far with the Springboks, to be honest.
I agree. I don't like him.
He's strong. Let's face it. He's a strong player. But Yeah, there's other players also, but I'm not going to say what, but I think that's going to be his downfall.
But for me, why didn't Rossi choose JJ Framesh now? Is it because he played for the Saints on Saturday in the final?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because that was a huge surprise for me that he wasn't chosen. And I know Rossi is off team, obviously, to be in the box setup.
Yeah, but he was playing on Saturday. Yeah, that's why I didn't pick him.
Yeah. So, I mean, one wonders maybe he in for a shout for the rugby's greatest rivalry thing, or yeah, maybe not. But I mean,
for the World Cup.
yeah, I mean, I suppose that there's still time as long as he hasn't been picked by any other country. There's still an opportunity to bring him in. So yeah, hopefully that happens. That said, sorry, it's my usual. I need to disappear in 8 minutes. But speaking of player movements, we've had two. Probably not in the direction we would like, but at the same time, yeah. Let's see who we bring in. So yeah, was looking. We've lost Ruben Skuman.
How
He's
many
off to
years have he
France.
played for us? It must
He's
be like
played for us.
6 or 8 years. He's been a stalwart for us.
I want to say about 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
And
he going
he's French team. I'll find the name now. Hold on. And I will probably butcher it, but here it goes.
Is it not Toulouse?
It's a Pro D2 team. Narbonne. Yeah.
It sounds like a wine to me.
It might as well be. So yeah, so he's gone, and then just now I read Heiko Pullman, the prop, is going to Boland.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we wasted him as well. He only played Curry Cup.
That's the problem. This guy's coming and they don't get the opportunity to play. To sit on the bench, sometimes not even on the bench at all. So yeah, you have to think about your future.
Yeah, look,
I can't believe
he's
players
still.
can't stop.
I mean, look, I do hear you, but like with Skuman, I got that feeling the writing was on the wall for him when he was playing in the under-23 competition, but we weren't really seeing him in URC. He's been solid for us, so it really is a shame to see him go. With Pullman as well, like he was really good at junior level. The step up, in my view, he's a good player. He's still adjusting to senior level. And if the plan is fine, we're letting him go elsewhere, but we're bringing in an experienced prop, like experienced high quality prop, I can live with it. We do like to build from within, which is great, but yeah, it is also that where, much as he's an up and comer, if we can get experience in, it seems like the smarter move for the moment. Much as it is a shame, especially because he comes from Lions country anyway, and has come up through our ranks.
Another prop lost. Eddie Davis is now back with the Griquas.
Is
So
it?
yeah, he was on loan, but we couldn't put pen to paper there. Pity of that one.
Yeah, because he really did some good business for us.
Yeah, he was
In the
a stomach.
beginning. He didn't in the beginning when they came. He was good. So he was like, wow. But when the games get more and more and more, you get 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, whatever, you fall apart here and there. He was not that guy that came in the beginning. He wants to do well. He was like, okay, I'm in the team now. So no, he didn't do. I don't know. It was not standing out for me at all at the one point. Beginning, yes.
He did the same things that Carlos Sardi did with the box. He just scrummed everybody. And that's what he like a Franz Malherbe. You pick him to scrum. You don't need him to ball turnovers and carry the ball and this and that. And that was Eddie Davis. He did defend a bit, but come scrum
Yeah.
time, he was there. He's not an overall player like Asanati.
Yeah, but also likely his longest season ever, right? Like, it takes an adjustment to go from, especially coming from the Greek was where like played SA Cup, he would have played Curry Cup, and that's it. Now suddenly he went from doing that into a full URC season. It's going to take its toll on you when it's new.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true.
And now you're scrumming against international players. It's not just the homegrown boys anymore.
Yeah, and thankfully he held his own. He held his own against a lot of those guys, which is a beautiful thing. So now again, even more reason to be watchful of the Greek Quiz during the Curry Cup because one, he knows our secrets, but also two, like he's that much better for having more experience.
Yeah. But interesting one. We keep losing props. Was it 2 years ago where we lost 3 props in one row? And last year or last season, the same thing with Ruan and JP.
Yes.
Two props again. Now it's Davison lost. Like you said, Poorman gone. We're getting Buon Fenter back. At least we happen. Asanati for doping, he's gone. Each season we have to get new props, and still we scrum good. We scrum well, thanks to Julian
Yeah.
Reardon. But
Yeah.
sometimes we
And
just lose our props.
I mean that's it. And look, it's a thing about continuity, right? Like keep looking at where unfortunately we keep losing some of our best players for various reasons. Like now it's like fine, one has got a doping ban. Some have like retired through injury and things, but yeah, it is a shame that we're losing guys, but it's nice that our scrumming and that is still up there. So yeah, hopefully we can retain guys, and also it's good that we're bringing in someone like Boan Fenter, and you can see the vision because him coming in, especially before Asanati got banned, that would have been a very very good scrubbing combo.
What do you guys think about that under 23 guy who was playing for the Lions, Redhead, also a prop? I thought he was doing well. He was like not all over the show, but in scrumming he was doing very, very well.
Trying to remember his name, but
I can't remember his name, but I will go, I will look, but you got like red hair. I will go and look. If they can put him and bring him to the Curry Cup and vote him there. He's still young. I think he's 20. I was surprised when I hear Cohen Horn is only 24 years. 24. I was like maybe 28, 29. He's 24.
No.
And I'm like, what? This guy by 26, 27, you will get your peak at fullback or wherever in the back line. And he's doing well. So the Lions can keep him for the next 4 years, 5 years. He's going to be a really, very good player. He's 24. I saw that. 24, I was like, what? I thought he was 28, 27, 28. So he's still young.
Yeah. We're a team of grizzled young veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the young ones. We like to bring them young and build them. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know the Lions are looking at a prop, at a tight head prop. So I think there will be an announcement soon. And also with regard to the, Skuman leaving, I think they knew it before the time, and that's why Elias was also brought in. Obviously, we need depth in lock, but I'm hoping they will get another lock now.
Yeah.
They can use Johan Fenter.
That's probably part of the plan, yeah.
Put him in lock and bring JC and some other guys, Maharche, what, to start in flank or what, 8 man or what. I think he will do well at lock. He was doing well, Johan Fenter. Because you seen them now.
A little bit of gossip news. You guys heard about that bar fight with Ben Stokes and can't remember the other guy and the one England rugby player, but they didn't mention the England rugby player. Do you guys think it's maybe Itoje? Because he's not in the England group. And Broderick said, yeah, it's about time, or it's since a long time that he thought that he's going to leave Itoje out to rest and stuff. But the coincidence is so very, very, very fine to the point that this shit happens and then suddenly Itoje is not selected. I think he's the England rugby player involved.
I
Could
think
very
you're
well be.
right.
Yeah.
Guys, are we going to wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye, Yala.
Cheers,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
We'll catch up
Bye.
next week
Bye.
in time for more Bach rugby.
Yeah.
Next weekend,
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Sorry. Yeah.
2 weeks, yeah.
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 Okay.
Against England.
All right. Yeah.
On the phone. Don't
Cool.
worry. Okay,
Indeed.
guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Same one. Bye.